and welcome back to another episode of One Thing Wednesday here at GloveBox, where we are showing insurance agents just like you how you can gain clients, retain clients, improve your overall customer experience by using GloveBox to help you cut back, reduce the service burden, and improve your agency. Like always, I'm joined by Carlos from our product team. Carlos, you're going to show us something that I think gets overlooked with a lot of agencies, and that is how do customers pay their bill. Now, I think a lot of customers, if you're on personal lines, maybe you have them on EFT, the payment goes directly to the carrier. That's fantastic. But there are a lot of use cases where it's not EFT, or even worse or better, depending on how you define that, as agency bill, where you have to be responsible for collecting that payment and sending it to the carriers. I know I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm putting the cart before the horse. Carlos, how you doing today?
Nick, first of all, you're doing my job for me, so I might not have to even be here for the next episode. But you're right. We're here. I'm doing well, by the way. But we're here to make sure that agencies know and understand that we are giving their policyholders, and they should educate their policyholders to always go into the GloveBox app whenever they're trying to pay a bill, and not to be afraid of whether or not they need to go find a link on where on the carrier website they have to pay the bill, because we all know carrier websites are not the best things to navigate through. So therefore, we went ahead in GloveBox and added every single pay a bill link for every single carrier you might need, along with giving the agency the ability to show the policyholder their information or give them a different link so they can go ahead and still pay their bills that are agency bills. So as you can see here, the first thing you see is right dab in the middle of the screen. And not only is it in the middle of the screen on here, but also on the native apps, it will also be, as soon as you get in there will be these 5 options, just like you see here, and you can go ahead and pay a bill. So let's go ahead and pay a bill, which takes you through a very unique workflow that allows you to get from one end to the other to make sure you can get things done correctly. So as you can see here, I only have personal policies, and I'm going to go and first show you how I can go directly to the carrier. So for this homeowner's policy, we at GloveBox know that and understand that you're always going to need that policy number. It's always a pain to have to go back and try to figure that out. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and copy it. And then once we click here, it's going to send us to an external link, which I will now share. And voila, we're right here. And guess what? I can just paste that policy number very easily. And of course, I hope you know your date of birth, and I hope you know your mailing zip code, because that stuff is in right there. Or if you don't have it, you can very likely find it in your deck pages within your GloveBox.
So this is a great example. So agents who have, personal lines clients or even commercial lines clients, I'm assuming the functionality is very similar. This is just our demo.
It is the same exact functionality.
But we can just, if it's on direct bill, but I am maybe doing some sort of agency sweep, or there is, I want to help the customer. The customer wants to put in their own information. They just want to pay directly and they're not on EFT. This is a great use case for that. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, what happens when the account is a commercial lines account, whether it be middle market, small, medium, whatever, and it is agency bill, which I know is a very common use case for a lot of agencies where they are responsible for having to collect the money and then send it off. I know chasing that can be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, and we all know no one enjoys chasing, folks, especially when you need someone to pay you some money. I was thinking about this, might not be great for this, but I was thinking about that Family Guy episode when Stewie needs his money from Brian, and you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and take a look at it.
We'll link it down below.
So here we go. So once again, you're going to go ahead and pay the bill, go through that workflow. Again, please tell your policyholders this is the best way to get to where they need to be. So for this renter's policy, as you can see down here, it could be a different carrier, but it is agency bill. So therefore, it's going to give you the agency's name as the carrier, which is different from, again, as you see Progressive down here. So as soon as you go in here, again, you can always copy that policy number, and this link will send you over to where the agency would like you to go pay that bill or get that information in. And just like that, you're able to get that executed.
One of the things that I think is beautiful about the platform, without trying to pat you too much on the back here, Carlos, is I think one of the things that gets missed from a lot of agencies is how open GloveBox is. Meaning, it doesn't matter if I'm using, and I'll just insert the vendor's names. It doesn't matter if I'm using ePay Policy. It doesn't matter if I'm using IPFS. It doesn't matter if I'm using Ascend. It doesn't matter if I'm using Tom, Dick, and Harry's, pay on the go. It doesn't matter if they have a platform. We can plug that in. It's just one big open house where it's just unifying the workflow.
Exactly.
Wherever you want to collect the money, it does that.
And for that, let me just take a quick second and go share how exactly you get to that within HQ. So for you agencies that are looking at this agency build link right here, all you have to do is go to Policy Assist. First of all, let me take a step back. You go to Agency Details on the menu bar. You head to Policy Assist, and it's right on the bottom of it. All you have to do is configure that URL, and it will take that policyholder to go ahead and pay that bill wherever it is you would like them to do so when it comes to agency build policies.
Yeah, no clunky integrations, no need for dev work. It's already there for you. GloveBox will help improve the ROI on your existing tech stack if it's customer facing, like a payment system or a payment platform. This is awesome. This is amazing. Carlos, is there anything else you want to show us when it comes to this, or are we all good here?
No, I can give you a tour of my basement, but other than that, I think we hit the nail on the head.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been another episode of One Thing Wednesday. Make sure you tune in, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with friends, and we'll see you again on the next video.